Hey, what's going on, be? This is Coach Brian. Welcome back to the channel. The other weeks I did a video series of my leg day and my chest, shoulder, tricep day, and now it is my back and bicep day. I'll be uploading, and this is what I guess one of my general workouts are for my back and biceps. I do these twice a week. Now, again, they do slightly alternate. Like for example, in this video, there are no bent over rows, even though I do bent over rows quite a bit and they are really good exercise. But in this video, for this week, I didn't do bent over rows. So this is not like what I do all the time. It's not, my workouts are not always stagnant. This is just what I generally do. And then during the week of recording, this is what I did. So I'm gonna go over all my exercises for my back and my biceps. And so starting off, I love to start off with pull-ups. Of course, this is after cardio and stretching. I do about a 10-minute jog before. I basically kind of combine my cardio with my warm-up and then my cardio with my cool-down like always. Generally, it's a 5 to 10 minute kind of light jog to warm up. That's what is recommended. I kind of go for a 10-minute, and I go kind of hard because, I mean, as long as it's not on leg day, then, I'll be fine because it's upper body, it's back and biceps. So I start off with pull-ups, and I love starting with pull-ups. This is something that you should really try and progress to if you cannot do them yet. This means going on and doing they have they're called dip or pull-up machines. It's where you stand on top of the machine, and it takes weight away from you by you switching which weight. Now, that's what I actually did. Before, I couldn't do pull-ups. It took me a long time to be able to do it. 2 years ago, I couldn't even do one. 1 year ago, I could do two. And now I'm doing weighted pull-ups for, multiple reps and multiple sets. So it takes a long time to get there, especially if you're a bigger guy like I am. So I use a lot of the pull-up machine to start. It used to be that I would do it and I had to take off like half of my body weight and to be able to do it for consistent reps. And then I just kept week by week going through and taking the weight off. And then every few weeks, I would do an assessment of myself and see if I could do a pull-up. Then I'd see if I could do a few. And then once essentially COVID in my state, when they opened the gyms, I started doing pull-ups for multiple sets for multiple reps each time. And then in the last couple of months, I've been doing it weighted, where I put weight to it. Now I'm up to be able to do almost 45 pounds on this video. Is only 25 because this video is now all a few weeks old. But anyways, I alternate between pull-ups and chin-ups. I do a pull-up, I try to do at least 8 reps. Then I do a chin-up for at least 8 reps. Then I do a pull-up for 8 reps. And then I chin-up for 8 reps. Now, chin-ups are a bit easier than pull-ups just because with the way your grip is, you bring a lot more biceps into the, essentially, I guess, pull-up. So I do like to do the little alternate because this, not only is this a good workout, but it also just warms up my back for the rest of the workout and my biceps because, like I said, chin-ups does hit your biceps as well. And this is back and biceps day. But this is a really good exercise. I really heavily suggest you get to the point where you can do pull-ups and do them consistently, and I would suggest to start your workout with doing pull-ups and chin-ups. You can just do chin-ups or you can just do pull-ups and then just maybe work your way to where you can just do pull-ups, and then I like to just alternate them, to be honest. But after that, I go into my actual first resistance training exercise, and that is doing the Lateral High Row. This is a really good one for the upper back and even hits the lats too. Gets a little bit of the arms, like the biceps in there too, but I never really feel it. In fact, most people I know that also do this don't really feel it. So yeah, I do that, but I superset it, and I do the upper row. And this is a really, really brutal superset, and it's good. It's worked for me for a while, and it might be, to some, maybe a little bit repetitive because it does hit some of the same muscles, but for me, it hits it in different ways. And like I've kind of said, this routine is for me. And that's why, I've noticed as a personal trainer, some people have to do different workouts to get like the same results or the same muscles. And that's what I have to do. I've tried so many different back exercises, but I love doing the superset of the isolateral high row with the upper row. And then I do essentially 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. And I give myself a 60 to 90 second rest in between each set. And after that, I go into my next superset, and that is the lat pull down and the lower row. And essentially the same thing, 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps for a 60 to 90 second rest between each set. And this one is kind of getting to the point where it's brutal as well because I'm starting to get tired because I've just done 4 sets of pull-ups. I've done a pretty brutal superset right before it, And then by the end of this superset, my back is definitely feeling it. But then I do one more back exercise after this superset, and it's just shrugs. And while again, we'll do it differently some weeks, like sometimes I'll do rack pulls with shrugs, or even sometimes deadlift with shrugs. I like to do just shrugs sometimes. It just focuses purely on the shrugs, because sometimes if I do rack pull shrugs, I'm too fatigued, just in terms of not my muscular, but just my overall body and energy to do the actual shrug. But if I just do the shrug, then I can do the shrug. After that, I go into biceps, and I usually don't even have to do really a warm-up set for any of these, because I've already hit my biceps a tiny bit, and the chin-ups and some of the other back exercises like the lat pull down, and even I will feel my biceps a little bit in some of the rows. But I start off with hammer curls. This is to hit the brachialis, and I do 3 sets of 8 to 12, and then I do the pronated to supinated bicep curl. This is my favorite one. I get the nastiest pumps, the most, soreness if I do get soreness. And then after I do that, I do a wide grip barbell curl for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. And then that's pretty much done for my back and bicep day. After that, I will I'll do 10 to 15 minutes of running on the elliptical. Then I'll do a 10-minute cool down walk. And that's my essential exercise. So I'm just going to briefly summarize. I start off with a bit of stretching. I do foam rolling and active stretching. And then I do 10 minutes of running on the elliptical. Then I go and do alternating sets for 4 of essentially pull up, chin up, and they're weighted. Then I do a superset of the isolateral high row and the upper row. Then I do a superset of the lat pull down in the lower row. Then I do a set of shrugs, a single set exercise of shrugs, not a superset. Then all my biceps are single set, and that is because my biceps, they've always been kind of weak, and biceps are a pretty weak muscle in general. So sometimes I don't like to do superset bicep exercises. And so what I will do is I will do essentially a single set for all of them, and then I will do hammer curls with dumbbell pronated to supinated curls, and then wide grip barbell curl, and that is essentially my exercise. After that, I do 10 to 15 minutes of cardio on the elliptical, then a 10-minute cool down walk, and that is essentially it. Oh, of course, I also stretch again. I do more foam rolling on whatever is tight, and then I do static stretching to finish off the night. But that being said, that is my back and bicep day. Like I've kind of said, it's not always the same. Like, for example, this is essentially my back and bicep day on Wednesday, but sometimes I will change exercises around. And then on Saturday, which is my second back and bicep day of the week, I alternate it, and I do a bit less than the first day in terms of overall exercises. Like I take out 1 or 2, I believe, and then instead of having the back exercises combined in a superset, I do a bicep exercise and then a back exercise, and I combine that into a superset to have basically so I don't have to rest for as long, because the muscles are resting while the other muscles are working. But let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And also, guys, don't forget you can hire me as an online personal trainer, where I can give you workouts like this, but much more designed for you and what you want, because this is not going to work for a lot of people. It works for me, and but I've trained with other people, just training with them for fun, and this doesn't work for them. It's either too much, it doesn't have the muscles, or it just doesn't feel right for them because the muscle memory, or not the muscle memory, the mind-muscle connection just doesn't work out. But this is what I do. I generally like it a lot. Back and bicep day is one of my favorite days. I'd say it's my second. Leg day is my least favorite now, but back and bi is my second, and then chest, shoulders, tries is probably my favorite. But that being said, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.